1492.
Yeah.
What's up, family? LeeMack912. We got a little something different for you today. We got myself and my man Vinny from Cigar. And where's Sikar at?
Cigar is in Wilmington, Delaware, in the Trolley Square area.
All right.
Address is 1624B Delaware Avenue.
Great lounge if you're ever around. Stop by. This morning we are over at Spartan Cigar Lounge. Route 40 in Elton, New Jersey. Elton, Maryland. See how my mind is all jacked up. I'm talking about New Jersey.
I don't normally wake up this early. I'm gonna tell you.
I know. Hey, listen, I told Vinny, I said, hey, look, man, you want to come? I said 9:30, 10 o'clock. Oh, we could do it early. He was like, oh, no, not maybe early. So you a night owl?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I was at this, let my people smoke dinner last night.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice. Got home kind of late, so did a lot of drinking.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good stuff about that. Well, everybody I know that's going to that is down in Philly at Twin Smoke Shop. Everybody that's going to Let My People Smoke was like, oh, I'm getting my tickets for next year.
Yeah. I definitely will go back.
Nice.
It was nice.
That's cool. So today we are going to delve into a cigar called Baria. Is that said correctly?
Yes, Baria 1492.
Okay, the 1492 black label, and I'm learning a little bit of Spanish, right? So my little Duolingo app said, hey, listen, a hack is turn your phone language to Spanish, right? You probably know a whole lot of the things that it says already.
Right.
That was yesterday. Today, I'm kind of like, I'm going to Google. All right, now what do this mean in English? Baria 1492, full-bodied and smooth. This is from their press release. The black label is supposed to have notes of dark chocolate, espresso, and cedar. It's been aged for richness without harshness, and it's crafted for all cigar lovers. Full-bodied, medium strength. We've got a Mexican San Andreas Maduro wrapper on it. Binder and fillers from Esteli, Condega, and Ometepe. And it uses both Viso and Ligero leaves.
Yes.
And it supposedly is rolled in the old Cuban style, which makes it firm but easy to draw. And the blender, shout out to the blender always, is Cigar.
Ramirez. I can't roll it like that, but that's...
Ramirez. You did a good job. Come on, brother, you did a good job. So, comes in a bunch of different sizes, all the way from Robusto up to a Gordo. And price MSRP around $12. So, so we're not talking about the that's the black label. Are we smoking the black label? And they got a red label too.
Well, they have a black label and a red label, which is the Connecticut.
All right.
I'm going to bless you with both.
Oh, thank you. Well, tell us about the red
I will
label.
go with the red label. So the Baria 1492 red label cigar offers smooth hints of vanilla and honey, roasted nuts, and a soft spice finish. Aged to perfection through Baria's signature third fermentation by founder and creator Cesar Ramirez. This provides notes of honey, vanilla, gentle spice. It's medium bodied, medium strength. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano. Binder and filler Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa. Leaves Viso and Seco. Roll method, old Cuban style, firm, easy draw. As we said before, blender Cesar Ramirez.
Okay, cool.
Also, plethora of sizes, Robusto through Gordo, and in that $12.50 range on the MSRP.
So that ain't bad. So they both. So which one we gonna smoke this morning, Vinny?
So I don't know if you've eaten. I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, yeah, I have. I know you're supposed to eat, but we got coffee.
We got coffee.
Well, that mean we're going to go with the lighter one, the medium strength, or are we going to go full back?
You know, I don't mind. I smoke a big boy in the morning.
I don't mind either, so it's
I'm grown.
You know? That said, a whole lot of people before they did something that they regretted the next day.
Right. So I do want to give you a little bit of their backstory,
okay, cool.
According to their website.
All right.
So it says... it's named in honor of the place where Columbus first encountered the sacred smoke of the Taino people. I hope I said that right. Baria 1492 pays homage to the island where the cigar was born. Every cigar they craft by hand is part of that lineage. It's not only a ritual, but a reconnection to this lost art.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like. They look nice. They're both. I'm smelling both of them. They both smell good.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful roll on it. Nice. Nice, not an oily sheen, but I'm gonna call it like a satiny sheen on
Right.
it. All right, go ahead. Did I cut you off?
No. I was fortunate enough to meet Alan. His last name is Kirchhoff. Alan Kirchhoff and his lovely wife and daughter at the PCA 2026 trade show. And they live in Texas.
Oh, Texas. Okay.
Yeah. We had a wonderful encounter with them. And so I told them that if there was anything I could do to help, I would do that.
And here you go. And then you said, let me reach out to this crazy dude I met at the trade show, LeeMack, and let's see if we can review this.
Let's see if we can review it. You know.
All right.
What did I do with the other code? Here we go. So, what you want to do? You want to do Maduro?
It don't matter to me. We can go with the black. I see you pushing over there for it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, so we're going to smoke the black. And?
See, I'm going to tell y'all why I'm here, right? I met some other folks. And I think they were from Texas. And they gave you a very, very big plug there, sir.
Oh, who was that?
Man, Steph knows their names. I know it's bad.
That's why you're. I'm not gonna call her your social coordinator. She keeps all that stuff together.
She does a great job.
Shout out to Steph as well. What's going on, Steph? And I'm gonna tell you. I said, Vinny, what's your wife's name? I said because I keep asking everybody, what is his wife's name? I think it's Stephanie. No, that ain't it.
Yeah, he was right.
So they gave me a plug, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Well,
they said that you had one of the best
I
podcasts around. So
I appreciate that.
I said, let me see what this all about.
Listen, I tell
this
people.
What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the Connecticut there.
Okay.
While it's in frame, y'all check out that label. And we're going to smoke this black.
Smoke the black. See what's going. Straight cut or V cut? What
I'm straight cut.
Okay.
I straight cut everything.
Hey, listen, straight cut is the way. I keep telling y'all.
Yes, I straight cut everything.
You know, on my channel, we go into the big controversy back and forth of straight cut versus V cut.
Do you?
I like straight cut.
I straight cut everything.
Yeah, I always say that for me, the V cut always leaves like bits and pieces in my mouth, and I feel like I'm supposed to be sticking my tongue in the V.
He all on something different. That's why I like this guy.
So how's your jaw? My jaw is a little on the firm side. Check my cut.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you get deep enough?
I don't know. That's what I'm going to check. See, now what's going on is the people out there, the V cut people, are saying you should have V cut.
See?
You should have V cut.
But this is what I tell everybody at the lounge and in my travels. The rule of thumb is you can always cut more, but you can't put more back on.
That's true.
You can't put more back on.
That's true.
If you cut too deep and you get into the roll, then all of a sudden you have a horrible smoking experience.
All right, well, we're gonna light this up, and so you run a shop over there, and there's always that one somebody that comes up to you and goes, my cigar is unraveling, and you look at it, they cut it way down here.
Yeah, I can actually listen to somebody cut a cigar and know they cut too much.
Oh yeah.
Been doing this for a minute.
Same here. I tell people, I let them cut it how they want to cut it.
No. So this is what I do.
Oh.
I used to own a lounge, and I was also a cigar rep at one point in time. So now running a lounge, I offer to cut everybody's cigar.
Do you?
The reason that I do that is for the reason you just mentioned. If I offered to cut it and you say no, and then you mess it up,
then it's on you.
Can I cuss?
You can cuss. You fucked it all up.
Fuck it up. And it started unraveling. I don't want to hear that shit.
Exactly.
Take it, bye, motherfucker. So that's why I do that. Because you want to provide good customer service, but if you fucked it up, you fucked it up.
Yeah. But see, I like to have a learning experience, right? So I'm never one to tell you that you're doing it wrong. I don't want to tell you that it's wrong or that you're doing something. If it works for you, that's good, right?
I'll tell them.
But because if you come back to me and ask, because we had a guy used to be a member here, and same thing, he used to cigar unravel, blah blah blah, and he used to sit here with this same ashtray, and he would sit here and he'd be tapping the ash and tapping the ash and tapping the ash, and I would tell him, I said, yo man, since you asked me, I'm gonna tell you, here's what the problem is.
Right.
You know, leave the cigar alone. Let that ash sit on there. Let it fall off. Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah.
You know, and stop cutting it so deep.
Relax, calm down. It's supposed to be a leisure experience.
It's supposed to be.
See how we chilling? That's how you're supposed to do it. No, you know, what I try to do, Lee, honestly, is I try to help or teach those who want to be taught.
Okay, right.
You know, you have a lot of people, they've been smoking cigars for so long, and they think I only try to really get into people's psyche, basically, for those who want to talk shit about it. You know, like they think they know everything.
Right.
I don't know everything, but I've been around a few cigars.
Right, you smoked a couple.
Yeah. So, you know, I always say, I'll rip those who try to act stupid.
Right. I hear you. So let's get back to the Baria 1492. I'm going to say right away. So this was listed as what, full body?
That's what they listed it as, yes. But I'm going to tell you something about their process. It was another thing that I talked to Alan about, but as Alan, I'm sure, would understand, we talked to a lot of people that weekend. So there is something that I saw on their headline when you pull them up on Google. Baria 1492, it states, the only clean crafted, chemical-free cigars, rooted in Cuba, rolled in Nicaragua, raised in Texas. All right, so what I did notice, because I have smoked a couple of these as of yet, it's very clean on the palate. And
so I was going to, that's when I said full body.
Yeah.
It's not hitting you, it's not harsh, it's very smooth, and it is very clean on the palate. I'm trying to think of, I just took a sip of coffee, try to see what kind of flavors I got here. I'm gonna have to get me some water as well.
Yeah. Clear your palate a little bit. But yeah, what I was very impressed with was that it is so clean on the palate. And I wouldn't even really say full bodied as more as I would say full flavored, right?
That's why I asked you. I'm going to say it is definitely. It doesn't feel full strength. It's got some pepper on the back. The flavor is very, very good. Very, very smooth. Very crisp and clean on the end. And so then I pick up the sheet again and go, wait, this is a $12 cigar.
Right.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
I can do this.
Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, because you know what? There's a. So I did a review the other day on whose cigar was that? It'll come to me, right?
Okay.
It was 1776. Whose was that? 22. It's 22 in the box for the 22 revolver, 13 original colonies. I remember the story now. I can't remember the cigar.
Okay.
But it's about $18 cigar, right? And the sad part is I had a problem with my video card, so I did all that recording. It's all probably lost.
Oh, wow.
But it was a good cigar, and I was saying, you know, this is a good cigar. I would pay $18 for this cigar rather than smoke two $9 cigars. You know, so when you find a good cigar that's in that $10, $12 range and it's good, you say, man, that's all right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree. I smoke a lot of boutique cigars. I'm sure most of you listening know what that is, but small batch, you know, not mass produced. So I really appreciate that fact. You know, you can get a cigar that just everybody either can't get or won't get.
Right.
Because I don't know, we didn't talk a whole lot that weekend, but I kind of classify people as far as cigars go in two classifications. you have people that smoke cigars, and then you have cigar smokers.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to clip my
That's true. That's true. That's true. Because there are, whichever class you want to call those, I call them the other class. I call them those people who want to be seen smoking a cigar.
Right.
They ain't really cigar smokers. They just want to be seen smoking a cigar.
So those are the people I say just smoke cigars. But for those of us who really enjoy the art and the craft of it, and actually take this as a lifestyle, it's a lot different. Look at the roll on that, man. They do a great job
nice.
of construction.
Hi, honey. How you doing? I wish I had known you were here. I got a nice big cigar for you. A couple of them. The new Big Payback Room 101 770 or whatever.
I was going to say we're talking something over 50.
Yeah, of course. This is Carmen. Carmen is one of our members, and Carmen likes the large ring gauge.
Better.
I know.
Good morning, Carmen. Good morning.
Hey, honey. How you doing? Good?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm not interrupting you.
Of course you are, but it's okay.
That's right. It's not a big deal.
I'm not interrupted, am I? Of course.
You're a star. You're a star.
But Carmen was a star before I turned the camera on, so it's all good, you know.
Wait, let me take my camera.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, this is really, like I said, I've had it before. I've been saving them because I want to try to help promote,
So are they carried at a lot of stores now, or are they just trying to get out there?
I don't know. From what we discussed, I believe that they are possibly in Texas.
Okay, right.
Which is a hell of a state anyway. So if you can get enough cigars in that state, you're doing pretty good. But excuse me, folks, my allergies have been bothering me ever since New Orleans. But what I would say, just in my travels, like I said, I was a rep, and I was in that what I call the Deep South area.
Okay.
And what I found out to be very true is that certain times cigars become regional. So, like I was places where people had never heard of Tatuaje cigars, and they've been out since, I want to say since the 90s.
Right.
But you can go to different areas. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I go back home sometimes, and I'm, where cigars that are very, very popular in Georgia, or like I say, in that Deep South, mid-Atlantic area here. They don't know anything about them in Detroit.
And that's like when you talked about the boutique cigars, and I would classify myself still as a boutique cigar smoker. I started out smoking boutiques. In fact, when we opened here 7-8 years ago, and it was like all mass market stuff, I go, I don't really have anything that I smoke because I'm smoking that boutique cigar. And like you say, you go certain places and you'll maybe you don't see a Nestor Miranda around here, but you go down Florida, Miami, it's all over the place. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And I even actually, in my opinion, when you have a small brand or a small batch cigar, you should focus in a certain area. Because you start getting too crazy, because a lot of small companies, they can't afford to have reps on the street.
True.
What I call it.
Right.
They have
the owner is the rep.
Yeah. Right. Or they'll have they'll pass their cigars off to brokers, which I think is a great profession. The only problem with that is, like I said, if they're trying to spread themselves too thin, and if they don't have the production, that can be crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you, I'm sure you've been to the trade show a couple of years, right?
Probably about 6.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So, like last year was my first year at PCA, and because I was just kind of freestyling a little bit, I didn't really have any ins with the big guys. I said, well, let me go out on the outsides there.
That's because you hadn't met me yet, but go ahead.
I had, now that I do, I'm good. But I was like, let me go out here on the outside here and talk to some of these small guys. And then and in doing that, I found like some great brands. I'm like, y'all need to know about this. Like my man Guri. I love Guri cigars. Oh man, a fun guy, good cigars or whatever. So, what did you, besides the Baria, this is a good cigar that you discovered during the trade show. What else excited you from the show this year?
So I just posted something on my Instagram, which is Vinny _629, just so you know.
Vinny _629.
I just posted something about another cigar that I tasted that was very, very, very good, and the company was called Marvanni.
Okay.
Marvanny.
Okay, I didn't get to see them. Yep.
Yeah, and Eugenio Martinez is a broker from, I think, Sierra Wholesalers is his company's name. But I had the pleasure of meeting him, the owner, and the roller last year in 25. And it's always Steph. They really loved her. So we were sitting at Cuban Creations this year, and they walked up behind me and like tapped me on the shoulder.
Right.
Hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, what's up? So had a great interaction with them again this year, and decided to bring some of their cigars into the lounge.
Nice.
So I do have 3 of their blends there as well. You will be able to find Baria at Sikar as well soon. And then also, I was completely shocked. I'm not even gonna lie. We were on the plane from, I think our layover was in Houston, going to New Orleans.
So I know where you're going because you were sitting right in front of me. I didn't know you did, but
we didn't even know.
I saw this interaction when the guy said, "Here, take it." Go ahead.
We were, ironically, we sit next to the rep from Notorious Cigars. So he was like, "You guys going on the PCA?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh man, let me hang you these cigars." Blah 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 blah. So they are. It's the name on the cigar, and the person behind the brand is Conor McGregor.
Right.
So
which when I see that, I've seen that cigar in the shop, and I see that, I go, yeah, all right.
Yeah, right.
That's my first reaction.
Right. Because most of us that are cigar smokers know that it seems like, I'll say 90% of the time, when you see a celebrity-backed cigar, it's garbage. Right?
Point blank period.
Point blank period. I ain't gonna hold no punches on you. So I was very hesitant. I took the cigar like, oh, thanks a lot, as I do a lot. I'll take them, but I might pass them off.
Right. So they go into what I call the buddy box.
The buddy box, right. For those who show up with no cigar. So we actually smoked it because me, butthead self, when we left to go to the airport from here, I forgot to take cigars.
Yeah.
Part of me thinking, I'm going to the trade show. I'll have some cigars. Yeah, no, that didn't work. So I ended up spending money for cigars.
Right.
And I felt so stupid because I got cigars at home.
Yep.
So anyway, long story short, we get the cigars and we light them up as soon as we get to New Orleans. So I'm like, this shit is good. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
I could not believe it. I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying.
Nice.
Because like I said, 9 times out of 10, you get a celebrity-backed cigar, it's garbage. And that's basically based on the people that they have rolling.
Right.
And I'm not here to dog nobody's brand, but I'll tell you later.
Yeah. When the camera goes off. Yeah. We're going to talk about a couple.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a couple.
Y'all can't hear that. Yeah, man.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I try my best not to throw shade at cigar makers, mainly because I know it's their life's work.
Right.
And they put a lot into it. So even though it's not for my palate, it could be for somebody else.
Same. Yeah, that's why, I sat down and talked to John Huber, right? So so my nephew, Ron Real TV, he was out there from Memphis or whatever. So he and John were really close, and because he was in love with crown heads and he liked the hats, and he went down, and him and John were cool, So he tells my nephew one time, at least this is the story, the legend that I'm gonna tell. John says, yeah, that LeeMack912, I know him. I can't make a cigar that he likes, you know? Which is not really a true story, but when I saw John at the trade show, he was like, hey, this is my biggest fan, right? So John and I mean, I truly love the guy. He's a great guy, right? We just don't always agree on cigars for the palate. So he asked me a question. He said, well, what do I make that you do like? And I told him, and they happen to be 2 discontinued cigars.
Wow.
So, but the same thing, it's like, cause we're all here, we all love if you are a cigar smoker, you love the craft,
right.
You love the game, you're a boutique guy, you love to hunt for something new, something different. You always want to try to, find the next big thing before it's a big thing. And, it's a lot of fun.
Man, this is, so when I had another couple, the wife owns a cigar lounge and her husband, they were at the PCA trade show as well. And I wanted them, because he has a podcast too. And I'm not here to plug anybody because I can't remember the name. What I did was,
if you did, it would have been okay.
But what I did was I told them both, because they had a sample too, both cigars. And I said, don't smoke this thinking that you're gonna get a lot of power. And that's the misnomer for Maduros with a lot of people. They think just because it's dark, it's going to be strong. That does not.
Right, I try to dispel that myth as well.
It does not always mean that. So I wanted them to not go into this cigar thinking that, because a lot of people do.
They do.
It's honestly one of the smoothest cigars, honestly, I've ever smoked, because I like the fact that whatever that process that I read earlier that they do with it is so clean on your palate. You agree?
It is very clean. It's very smooth. It leaves I can feel the Nicaraguan in there. I feel that black pepper. It's kind of like a little oil slick on my tongue.
Right.
But the rest of my mouth is pretty clean. It's pretty clear. So it's not bad. I like it. I like it a lot. And for me, so when I do my ratings, right? And again, I started out doing like the cigar aficionado rating and blah, blah, blah. And, people started converting mine into a number on cigar aficionado, right? So if I rated something like 7 or 8, that was going to be like the best of the best. But they would go, oh, it's only 80, it's not good. So I had to make my own rating scale, right?
Right.
For me and the people that I know, when we smoke a cigar, part of the thing that is important is the price.
Right.
So price kind of weighted pretty heavy in my formula, So when I get a cigar that I say, you know what, this is what I would call full flavor, smooth, no off flavors. It doesn't feel bad in the back of your mouth or bitter or anything like that. I say it's a win.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to smoke a little bit more. We're going to talk some shit. I'm going to turn the camera off, but we're going to come back a little bit later on and let you know how we are making out with the Baria 1492. Y'all hang on. That I smoke. We talk about the acid cigar. Vinny said he'll smoke a Newport before he smoke a damn acid.
Sorry,
I was like, nah, I'll smoke an acid.
I just don't like the feel on my lips.
You just don't have enough hippie in you, man. That patchouli oil and all that other stuff. I'm gonna get the camera right sooner or later. I need a cameraman.
I get you on the acid thing because it's like there's a filminess.
Yeah, like I felt like a cat. You know how cats be.
Wait, trying to get that off your tongue.
There's a Esteban Carrera one that's made with sugar water.
Yes.
And that's lovely.
Is it?
No filminess.
I could do it.
Yeah.
But I still say I've been doing this too long to smoke flavored cigars. It's just not for me.
Yeah, and see, like the early access cigar, the new one they came out with, Drew Estate. That one the dark one had the sugar tip on it.
Okay.
And it was a great cigar. But when I stick it in with that sugar tip,
that's what I'm saying. It just throws me off. I can't do it.
It throws me off. I was talking to Saka about that. He's got, I think he sugar tipped some of his new what do you call it? The Stillwells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, was it Dolce or something like that?
Well, he had one before too.
Oh, the one that everybody thought was sweetened.
Yeah.
And he said it wasn't. Yeah.
Bullshit. I think it was sweet.
I say it wasn't. Because remember he had, what was it, like 4 or 5 in the pack?
Yeah,
and one was super sweetened, one was not sweetened.
I did that whole thing. So
I did too. I did a video series on that.
when I used to own a lounge in the Richmond, Virginia area, it's called Enzo's.
Enzo.
Yeah, that's my logo right there, bro.
Okay.
It's coming back out. It's gonna be a clothing line coming out.
Okay, I like it.
Stay tuned.
So for Enzo.
But I used to carry Dunbarton cigars there, and at one point in time, I don't know if it was East Coast or whatever, but I was selling the most of their unicorn.
Okay. Yep.
Had you ever smoked one of those?
Yeah. It's $100 cigar.
It's $100 cigar.
But you ask Steve, you say, is this the best cigar you make? He'll say no. Yeah. But you want a $100 cigar, I'm going to give you a $100 cigar, you know?
Because, you know, a lot of times you got people coming in, they just want to spend money.
We have
and they want to buy the most expensive cigar they can find.
They want to be seen smoking expensive cigars. I've had guys walk in here, you know the type. Yeah. And come in, what's the most expensive cigar you got?
That's their question.
I said, well, I'll give you the most expensive one, or I can give you one that's the best for your palate. You know what I mean?
See, I try not to oversell people at Sikar. I want them to enjoy their experience.
I want you to enjoy your experience. And what I'll tell people when they come in, I'll say, you know, how you doing, brother, sister, how you doing? Everything is good. Do you need some help?
Right.
Or you good? You look around, right?
Yep.
If you need some suggestions or whatever, let me know. So, you know, you have two types. Some that say, I don't really smoke cigars, I don't know, blah, blah. Okay, so then we go and we have a conversation. But it never starts with how much money do you want to spend. It starts with, okay, you smoked, what's the last thing you smoked?
Right.
What did you like about the last thing you smoked? A lot of times the answer is, I don't know. And then you kind of follow it on. You know, I might go to food. Do you like spicy food? Do you like bland food? Do you like blah, 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 you know?
And you know, there's not enough qualifying in sales today.
Right.
Which is what you're just speaking of.
Because people are trying to sell, but actually, when you do it that way, typically I'll have a guy that comes in, he says, I only want to buy one cigar. And I just go by and I'll talk about this one. Well, here's why, this is what's special about this one. Well, I put it back in the box and we walk on, right? Here's what they'll do. They'll say, oh, you know what? That one you said over here, I'm gonna get that one, I'm gonna get this one, and I might try this one too.
Right.
And I tell them, hey, write some notes.
Yeah.
Come back next time. Tell me what you thought about it. Did you like it? You didn't like it? And we can go from there, you know?
And you know, people appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you do that still.
Yeah.
I used to work for a company as a rep. I'm definitely not saying their name because I don't really like them.
That's okay.
But we used to do kind of like sales classes.
Okay.
So what we would do is they would make up a bag of like 5 cigars, and it actually MSRP for like $100.
Okay.
And I would go in and teach the sales force,
Right.
management, or if they was a bartender, whoever is going to go into that humidor to sell these cigars.
Right.
I think you left it over there.
Okay, cool.
I would teach them how to sell our cigars.
Right.
Because being a member of this industry, and you know, like I said, it's a lifestyle. So being a member of this lifestyle, we don't want people to have a bad experience and then not want to smoke cigars.
Right. That is the issue with. We're getting ready to get into the Connecticut, but we're going to continue talking on here.
Yes, we are.
But that's the issue with, I think, some brands is that they don't spend enough time at the retailer teaching them how to sell their cigars.
That's right.
Now, it's not selling, I'm trying to sell you something. I'm just telling you why you might want to buy it. Right. So if I'm talking about this Baria 1492, and we talk about the old Cuban style, and I forget what that is. I rolled a couple of cigars once upon a time, but there is a different way they do entubado. It could be entubado, where they roll all of these.
I think that's what it is.
In tubes, right? So you've got a bunch of tubes next to each other. So when it comes to draw, your draw is pretty good because you're drawing to like straws next to each other, right?
Gotcha.
So when you have that cigar in the shelf, if I just see Baria 1492 red, I don't know, maybe I'll walk past it. But when my tobacconist can explain to me what's the special part about this cigar, then that's what makes it interesting. Now, you know what? I think I want to try that.
Right.
So, and there's some cigar club cigars that I've been behind in the past that I see those cigars that will sit in the shelf. And again, I won't call the name, and there's one shop in PA that I know has a lot of them. And one of my favorite cigars, they've sold out everywhere else, but in this shop, they're sitting on the bottom shelf. And I'm going, that's because you don't know how special this cigar is.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite cigars? That's sitting on that bottom shelf. What's that cigar?
Oh, that one I'm talking about there was Team Z. That was from Privada Cigar Club, I believe. I don't know if it's made by AJ or who that was made by, but that was a good cigar.
Speaking of Privada, they do a wonderful job. You agree?
Brian is my man. I'm not going to say anything bad about Brian. Anything I say bad about Brian, I have said to his face.
Yeah.
I think they do a good job, but I think it's a little polarizing, which might be exactly what he wants, and I'm not sure, because you'll have some shops that have brought in the Privada sticks, and they're like, well, they just don't sell, and that's the point of where I'm saying the people in the shop don't know how to sell that cigar. They don't understand. Now, you listen to Brian on a podcast, and he gets to talking about a cigar, and he gets excited. He says, hey, listen, we had this, and it was, we aged it in the coolers for 7 years, and it's just about right. And even he will say sometimes, when we first got this cigar, I didn't really like it. And I put it away, and now it's coming into its own or whatever, So yeah, I think they do a good job. He's got a great club. I've been a member for a number of years, maybe a year or so after they started or whatever. So and I put out 7 or 8 cigars that I curated out of his collection. So it's been everything that I've put out. All of the people that support me and bought them, and they're now saying, "When's the next one?"
Right.
Because that one you put out, all those other ones have been hits. I got my favorite, but they all been hits.
Yeah, you gotta let me know next time. So,
Connecticut, the red label. Go ahead.
So I always try to tell people they shouldn't judge a cigar until they get at least a quarter ways in, maybe even a third.
Okay.
I do appreciate a cigar when the first draw is good. And that's what this is. I'm not even lying.
So
they didn't pay me for this too. I'm just letting y'all know.
I don't even know him. Hey, I ain't see him at the trade show.
And McDonald's is not sponsoring this. Okay?
Right. But
they can reach out to me.
I go ahead and say McDonald's, you can write the check. When usually, hey Vinny, when I'll light up a cigar, I'll be doing a review, and that first puff, and you'll hear me go,
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's good.
Yeah. Actually, I get worried when I got to keep puffing. Like, let me. Where's the joy?
Right.
How far do I have to go for this joy?
Yeah. This is
I taste that.
Smoother, lighter, creamy.
Yep.
And I always say, when you say don't judge the book by the cover, people start with the wrapper, so they're looking at the cover, right? I say, well, what's in it? Go down inside of it, right? So we've got some Nicaraguan inside of it from 3 regions: Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa. Jalapa's going to give you that sweetness, Condega and Esteli. Indiviso and Seco leaves. So you are, they're telling you what level you're coming from.
You're getting some strength in this. I always noticed, and I try to tell newer smokers when I'm explaining cigars inside the humidor, a Nicaraguan Connecticut is going to give you a little more body than a Dominican Connecticut. So that's my favorite Connecticut to smoke.
What's your
Nicaragua?
What's your favorite country when it comes to tobacco?
Nicaragua.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I'm a Honduran, Costa Rican type of dude.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that. I like Nicaragua. Dominican can be on the bottom of my list, but not always. And what I had to learn, probably it took me 4 or 5 years to learn what I didn't like about the Dominican cigars I didn't like. It tends to be under-fermented ligero.
Okay.
So it's that minerally Flintstone vitamin type of taste. I don't like that, but like I'll smoke DBL, which is Dominican, and I'm going, damn, this don't taste like a Dominican at all. But I've been to Dominican Republic to, Francisco's factory, and I know Francisco personally, and
great guy.
And I'll ask Francisco, I go, Francisco, he pulled out a whole pilon for us. It's freaking huge, right? You go, well, how do you know when it's going to be ready? He says, Maclay, I don't know when it's going to be ready. The tobacco will let you know when it's ready. The tobacco will let you know. But
I love Francisco.
I love him, man. That's my brother, and I all so happy for his success.
Yes.
Right? And I wish him so much more success because he's a genuine guy who loves the craft. So he's kind of like a boutique cigar brand that got a little bit bigger.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, he's great.
A great guy. He did probably at least 2 rolling events at my lounge. And I've been to other lounges, just because he's a draw. You know? He's a old school cigar maker that promotes his own cigars. And if you're ever fortunate enough to go to one of his events, he sits there and hand rolls every cigar.
He does. And I want to tell you what, the guy that he is, he promised me, he said he would come to the house, we'd sit in the garage, and we'd sit down and smoke. Francisco had done one of those events. It was a long event. He said, I'm going to come by after the event or whatever. It might have been 9 or 10 o'clock at night when he got to the house. And we sat there till well after midnight, smoking, reviewing, talking, just like it was the start of a brand new day. Because he said, I promised you I was coming, I'm coming. He's a great guy. You can't give me nothing from Francisco, and you can't never tell me nothing bad about him. I just won't believe it.
Right, me neither. I agree. Hopefully one day I'll get to meet Cesar. Hey, so the blenders are very important. That's one thing that Brian also does, is that he shines a light on the people who actually blend and make the cigars, A lot of times now, being in the business, what I want to know is, all right, well, who makes the cigar? Right.
And that's usually my first question. Hey, I've got this cigar, who makes it?
Yeah.
Who blended it?
And that's the cool thing about Pravada. I carry them at Enzo's
as well.
And I think that Cookie Monster was the biggest one. I had people standing outside my door waiting for that thing to come out.
Listen, I got a pack of a review I was supposed to do. The Cookie Monster, whoever that original Cookie Monster was supposed to be. And there's a third one. There's 3 cigars that's supposed to be the same cigar or whatever. So I had the 3 I was going to compare.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, with Marvani, I did get a chance to meet the cigar maker.
Okay.
And that was pretty cool.
Right.
And his roller. And like I said, they were just great guys, man. And I've been fortunate enough since I've been in this industry, a little over 10 years now, actually inside the industry, to meet a lot of really cool cigar makers. I'd probably say the most I don't give a fuck cigar maker is Saka. He don't give a shit. He don't care about, the big accolades, the cigar aficionado, top tier. He don't
give a shit about none of that. And it's one of the reasons why I love him so much.
Me too.
I went back, I always say Saka is a sponsor of mine, right? And we were standing in the rooftop at TPE one year on the roof, and we're talking or whatever, and he's a good guy. And talk, you bring up a topic, he'll talk about it. He don't give a shit. So I was like, yo, bro, I said, what's up with the brothers, man? I don't see no support of the brothers or whatever. He's like, well, I don't know who the brothers are. I said, well, here I am. I am a brother. I forget what number I shot at him. I was like, I need to put a shed in my yard or whatever. He said, but I can't buy you a shed, but here's what I can do for you. And so every year, Saka is really, literally, I send him a bill. He pays the bill. He said, look, just tell me what you want. You want some shit, I'll send you what you want. You want to do giveaways, whatever. He comes on our HERF or whatever, and just like a no shit, I don't give a fuck type of dude.
Yeah,
You know, and I love him for it. He's honest.
Because that's the way I am.
Yeah,
you know,
me too.
I'm a straight shooter from the hip. Sometimes from here, but you know, it
Right,
just depends on where I'm carrying it. But you know, I'm just one of them guys, man. I try to be straight up with people.
Right.
If you can't take it, that's your problem. I used to work with a guy who say, if you live long enough, you'll get over it.
Yeah, right. And then here's the thing, right? If when I used to work, right, you know, I would have younger guys or whatever, they come and ask me for some advice or whatever, or I tell them whatever I think. Years later would come by and they'd ask me the same question. I never forgot that they asked me the first time. And I would end up telling them the same thing. They said, well, that's what you told me the first time. I said, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah, you tell the truth. We ain't got to think about the lie.
Right. So as long as if I'm telling you how I feel, it's how I feel.
Yep.
Now, I might change how I feel as time goes along about things, but for the most part, it is what it is, you know.
So, Lee, how long have you been smoking cigars?
Probably like seriously, maybe 10, 12 years or something like that.
Okay.
You know, I tell a story of my first cigar that I smoked, which is why it went back to the acid, right? I was going through a divorce at this time or whatever, so my current wife, I was sitting on the porch at her house and, you know, just like, so there was a ad in the paper for Famous Cigars. They were like, send us your name and your address and we'll send you a free cigar.
Okay.
Free cigar was acid, right? So I got the acid. Man, I was in the military. We used to go over to Spain. It was like Cuban cigars, but I didn't know nothing about it. Navy.
I'm a Navy guy.
Okay, all right, shit, baby. I see you there, baby.
Yes, sir.
So when we would go over there and get cigars, I would smoke the cigars, but I didn't know anything about it.
Right.
The journey on the channel and the real becoming a cigar smoker started with acid, and then I wanted to know, well, all right, how do I cut this? Or what am I supposed to do? And what am I supposed to do? So I became a cigar nerd, then, you know.
Right. You dove right in.
I dove right in and never got out, you know. So, and it's for me, it's been great. What's been great for me is the people that I meet. Yeah, people like you, right? I saw you on the plane. I go, he must be somebody important. He came to the airport. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna see his brother. I seen that luggage they was carrying. I was like, oh shit.
The hat box.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, who the hell is that?
So I like to use this line from, I think it's Anchorman. Where he says, I'm kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. You look like a big deal.
I know like, people. You know?
Right.
So yeah, I use that one a lot.
But you know, what I found out, and my wife always says, we'll go somewhere, we'll go into a shop, and she'll go, guarantee you somebody in here knows you, right?
Yeah.
And I go, no, they know me. It's just a little dude in my garage smoking my damn cigars. Nobody don't know me. And that was not the case. So when I went to the trade show last year, it was, again, surprising how many people knew me. And even this year, again, like, so we go over to Skip Martin. So when you said, you know, don't give a fuck type of dude, Skip Martin, he's another one, right?
Yeah.
So I had always heard that Skip don't really like cigar reviewers and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. So my buddy Jason was there. Yeah, he's a harmonica player, and he's a big Skip fan. He's a fanboy. He loves him, right? So he goes over and Skip's talking to some people, and we're waiting. He's like, well, Mac, he's not always in the booth. I'm going to wait. So if you got something to do, you go ahead. I'm going to wait until Skip is free. So at some point, he cuts in. Skip, hey, listen, man, I'm a big fan. I just want to introduce myself. My wife made this cigar holder for you or whatever. I just want to give this to you or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Skip turns around and looks at me and goes, I love that motherfucker right there. I don't even know you know who I am.
Man.
But it's been like great people all the way from there to my brother Holly Taylor, who I met last year. He works at the trade show. He's riding around on his little scooter or whatever.
Oh, wow.
He drives up. He goes, it's going to be another great day. Hey, what's up, man? You know? So I've met so many good people. Another shipmate of mine, Dion. Shout out to Dion. We met online. We didn't know each other from a can of paint. He's come up here. We hung out, him and Anthony. Shout out to Anthony, his son-in-law.
Okay.
You know, I was going down south or whatever. He just come by the house, man. We got a room. You can stay. I go by and stay. Got this big-ass dog dog or whatever who loves me, you know. Everybody else is afraid. I'm like, come here, girl, come here, you know. So the people that you meet have been like, it has been wonderful. I can't really say that I've met anybody, and this is truthful, that I say, well, I got one person, never mind, who was a true asshole.
Yeah.
And you know, the one person.
You gotta shout your name out loud, but go ahead.
And I ain't gonna call him
We ain't gonna call no name. No. Well, he knows you.
That ain't who I was talking.
Oh, it's another asshole. Oh, okay.
There's a cigar maker who walked up and that joker looked at me like I was a wet $2 food stamp on the bottom of his shoe. I was like, come on, bro.
Really?
Yeah. But everybody has been, even if they know you don't know you or whatever, everybody's been pretty gracious, I found, you know.
So when I was a rep, I actually had somebody ask me that. Because, you know, being a rep, I got to go to all these different cigar lounges.
Right.
Some of them is just business. I go in, we call facing the cigars. So I go to my section, make sure all my cigars, the bands are up, just push to the left. You know why they do that?
No. I do it, but I don't know why they do it.
So it's mainly because the majority of people in the world are right-handed.
Yeah.
So when they reach into a box, they're gonna reach in like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's I learned that when I was working for the first couple of years.
I didn't know. I do that, but I didn't know why I do it.
Yep. So, but then there are other places I used to go. I would sit down, I have a cigar, and talk to the people.
Right.
But that's exactly my answer when they ask me, what do you love most about your job?
Right.
Meeting the people.
Yeah.
You know, because there's supposed to be no pretension when it comes to us sitting around.
We are all the same.
Everybody should be the same.
We are the same.
I say should and I say it's supposed to be because I like to preface stuff I say. Nothing is across the board, unfortunately, especially with cigars. But, you know, I, unfortunately, because I've been in this industry and I've kind of been in it from a rep side, consumer side, a owner side, and now general manager running a lounge. I've kind of seen it from a lot of different angles. And there's just, when it comes to some of the cigar makers, I don't really like some of their processes. So, you know, when I was talking about celebrity-backed cigars, they kind of use one particular company, one guy who kind of whores himself out for different types of tobacco.
Yeah.
So anyway, saw him last night.
So that becomes the behind the scenes thing, right? You know, and again, luckily the consumers don't have to deal with that.
Right.
You know, they like a cigar, it's my favorite cigar, yada yada yada.
And you know, here's another problem that certain companies face. They feel that you need them.
Right.
Where it's completely the opposite.
It's the opposite way.
And I learned that at the first company I worked for too. They told us, don't go in there acting like you're almighty because we need them, is what they would say. So, you know, I try to implore to some of the other cigar owners, cigar shop owners, you ain't gotta kiss nobody's ass. Because you can always get their cigars. You might have to pay a little bit more through a distributor.
Correct.
But you can always get them.
Right.
So don't let some company hold you up.
Right.
Don't do that.
That's cool.
But yeah.
All right, so we are still smoking the Baria 1492. This is the red. This is definitely it's going to be a smoother, lighter, milder cigar. So now I got a brother. Shout out to my brother Matt Bailey. Now the good brothers, people that you meet. Right?
Yeah.
Somebody is like family, right? He would say, "Yeah, this is too light for me."
Right.
Too light for me because it's definitely smooth. It's definitely mild. You know. And for him, he's a heavier cigar smoker. So, but it's good. I like it.
See, this is a part of being a cigar smoker that I try to bring out to people too. I feel that as you progress in your cigar journey, you should be willing and able to try different stuff. Now your palate may not, it may not take to this Connecticut, but I got to the point where when my early part of my journey, I was just like a lot of people who don't know. I don't like to say the word ignorant, but they just don't know. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
I was all about, oh, I want something strong, you know.
Yeah.
But now, actually, I don't really smoke a lot of full body cigars anymore. I like something that's got some flavor, that's smooth. You know, my wheelhouse is right in the medium, medium plus or mild to medium. I'm kind of in that wheelhouse right there. So I can appreciate a good Connecticut. I know a lot of people who won't smoke Connecticut.
Yeah, see, and when I put out my cigars and I go to Brian and say, all right, Brian, this is what I'm looking for. It typically is full flavor, medium to full. I would start out medium. I don't mind if it ends up full, but I don't want to start with the first puff and it's just knocking my head off.
Right.
You know, and so with the Maduro, definitely full flavored cigar, which I really like. This cigar is milder, creamier, and I'm going to say medium flavor. It's not going to be as full as the Maduro, but it's a very nice cigar as well. Very good draw, very good construction. So
Great construction.
I like it.
And I'm the type of person, like I said earlier, if I'm gonna smoke a Connecticut, I prefer a Nicaraguan.
Okay.
Or Honduran.
Right.
And I will agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm not big on the Dominican Connecticut's, but
Yeah.
Francisco, he definitely
He's an exception to the rule.
he's an exception
for me.
to the rule. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what the hell I was going to say. Anyway,
I could smoke this every day in the morning.
Oh, I could too.
Because I smoke a lot. Let me start by saying that. I like, you know, and also a lot of people I try to tell this too, so kind of keep this in the back of your mind. If you are the type of person that might smoke 3-4 cigars a day,
Right.
it's good to end with a Connecticut.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Because I've had situations, I don't know about you, if I smoke a cigar that's too strong at night, sometimes I can have nightmares, I can't sleep, I'm fidgety,
I'll
tossing
be up.
Yeah, I'm
up.
like,
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
looking at the phone. Yeah, I am the same way.
So yeah, it's good to sometimes end with one of these two, folks.
Let me go open the door. It's time to open up the shop, and we'll be back.
We'll be back.
And then I'm going to turn the camera off and tell them about the asshole who I met. My bad.
Okay.
All right, take two. So that's another part of what I do all the time is the take two.
We actually on take 3 at this
Yeah,
point.
take 3. I was like, oh Lord, we didn't do that. So we're gonna do it all over again. So we are sitting here. We just got finished talking about a bunch of people behind the scenes. We are smoking the cigar, and if you take the label off on the back, it says "Enjoy the smoke down to the nub." If you want more, scan right here. So, what was their website?
Yeah, this is a QR code they have on the band, which I think is really cool. But I wanted to give you guys a way to contact them. And once again, this is the Baria, which is spelled Bariay 1492. So their website is www.baria1492cigar.com.
There you go. All right. Then we'll put that across the bottom.
Mr. Mac will put that across.
Yeah. For those who might have a little challenge. You know.
And if you Google them, there is a tab that says "Find our retail partners," so you can see if someone near you carries their product.
And so, they're going to be coming into Sikar as well. You'll be carrying them as well.
We will. Yeah.
So if you are up here in the Wilmington, Delaware area, you can go by there.
That's right. And also, excuse me, sir,
yeah.
I wanted to definitely let everybody know that next Thursday.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah. Next Thursday, May 21st, we will be having an event at Sikar, which will be Espinosa Cigars.
And we got our man Rami over
My
there.
main man.
Everybody loves Rami.
Everybody loves Rami. That's my guy. But we got a couple special little additives too.
Okay.
So Chuck McNamara is a performer, right? He does a lot of like Rat Pack type of performances. So he's going to be there singing, and also my man James. I always mess his last name up. Ormond or Ormond, whatever it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. But James from Prestige LaJoy, liquor distributor. He's going to be doing a liquor tasting at the same time. So it's going to be a hell of a night.
Good smokes.
Good smoke.
Good drinks.
Good drinks.
Good music.
Good music.
Good people.
And me. But yeah, we're gonna have a great time. So hopefully you guys can make it.
Yeah, come on by and check them
also,
out. Yes, sir.
hey, watch, I got more.
Okay. Hey, but wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. June 19th, I believe. Let me double check here real fast. Yes, I was right. June 19th. Oh, I'm sorry. And next Thursday, we start at 6 p.m.
6 p.m., okay.
June 19th, which is a Friday, we will have Adrian Sardinia.
Okay.
He's a broker for Tatuaje,
Okay.
which I've been smoking Tatuaje for a long time. You told me when you started your cigar journey about 10 years ago, I seriously got into it about 20 years ago.
Okay. You've been
I've been
around.
smoking since I was in the military, I was in the military from 87 to 91, so long time. But Tatuaje was introduced to me a long time ago. So Adrian will be in the house at Sikar on Friday, June 19th. We're gonna have a Tatuaje event. It should also be very, very special. I gotta talk to one of my other liquor brokers to see if I can get them in there too. And if you love my man Chuck, this next Thursday, he may come back.
Okay, all right. So
Because he's really, really good. He really is, man.
we'll have Chuck back in the house.
Yeah, so 2 events coming up soon at Sikar.
Okay, nice. So we're, let's see, we are down, probably going into the second third of this bad boy now, down towards the halfway mark, and I'm going to say that the strength on it is picking up. I'm feeling more of the Nicaraguan in there now, and she's definitely burning well. The burn line is straight, ash is compact, the draw is still good.
Very well.
$12 cigars.
$12,
As I say, sometimes these days, people's money is funny. A lot of these cigars, they're coming out now, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100. It's like, and who can smoke that? Not the average
It's
person.
a special occasion.
And if you special occasion smoke, you're going to buy one.
Yeah.
And you're going to save it for the special occasion. I'd rather make cigars that you could smoke, every week if you wanted to, know.
One thing I do love, another thing I should say I love about these cigars, the Maduro and the Connecticut, is you can retro these without any issues.
Yeah, it's definitely smooth on the retro. Both
So like
of them.
a lot of Nicaraguan cigars, you try to retro them, and your eyes water, and you know what I'm saying?
And they cross, and they do all this kind of good, crazy stuff.
Both of these, because of the smoothness and because of how they process the tobacco, makes it so that you can retro these without any real issue.
Nice. Now, your wife smokes cigars too, right?
Yeah.
How long has she been smoking?
So, I don't want to speak on that specifically, but I know it's probably been at least 10 years or so.
So she didn't start like yesterday?
No.
Right. So
She's been smoking for a while.
She's kind of a heavy hitter then,
And the funny thing is, something that we touched on earlier, I think one of her first cigars was it was a strong cigar.
Right.
It'll come to me in a minute. But it didn't scare her off.
Right.
And she's been, like she was on a trip one time and they did a hand rolled cigar that really got her into it. And she was actually in Puerto Rico.
Okay, nice.
Yep, so she smoked a hand roll from somebody right there and she really started to enjoy it. But that's how we met. We met at my lounge in Virginia. And she said now she smokes a whole lot more because of me.
Right. Well, it's funny. So I have a sister, Rose, that was down there. She was at the show.
Yeah, I know Rose.
You know Rose?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's my sister. And so Rose is, I always tell people, I say, I can't smoke with Rose, because she'll smoke me under the table, because she wants the strong cigars. She wants to punch. We were talking about our sister Carmen over here. She's not smoking no light, mild, mamby-pamby baby cigars. And so that's what I found, that a lot of the sisters, they'll start out with something light and then they're like, give me something else. I need more.
Yeah. But it's a lot of them out there, and I say a lot of them, meaning that there are a lot of cigar smoking women, not just women that want to just smoke cigars.
Biggest growing segment of the market, I say, yeah,
yep.
because like you say, there are a lot of women that smoke cigars.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and it's funny. I have my moderator Latanya. You know, she started smoking with her husband, and then she turned into the smoker in the family. You know, she smoked more than her husband does.
It's funny. I always say, I always get I have a tickle, a little laugh when I see a couple that comes in and the woman smokes better than the man.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
I always laugh about that.
Well, that's funny because that's what Carmen does, right? She'll come in every once in a while. Her husband will come by and she say, "All right, let me get him a few of these for him. And I need to keep him out of my box because he don't smoke what I smoke." You know. So.
And see, that's the biggest misnomer too, when it comes to ladies that come into the lounge. When you have somebody who automatically discounts them.
I'd never.
That's the worst thing that they can do.
Yeah.
They come in and they're like, "Oh, let me show you where the flavor
stuff is." Yeah,
right.
I'd never start. I ask the same questions, you know.
That's the dumbest thing anybody can do. That's like I always say when I first got into sales, I was selling cars. And the worst thing you can do is sit down with a couple and talk directly to the husband or the man.
The woman's gonna make the
She's the 9.9999% of the time she's gonna be the decision maker.
I sell houses. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like
anything with sales like that.
Yeah, it's like, bruh, you can whatever, but your wife is gonna make this decision, and you know, so that's who I need to really focus on.
In this industry, that's one of the biggest no-nos that you can do is discount a woman coming in.
Yeah, because everybody has a different experience and everybody has a different like, and you know, so that's the question. You smoke cigars?
Right.
You know?
That's right. Yep.
And like you will have sometimes women that'll come in and say, "I want to pick up something for my husband or whatever," and I'll ask them, but I won't assume it's for their husband. First thing I say, "Okay, are you buying something for you or for somebody else?"
Right,
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
One of the toughest sales, I don't know about for you, but for me, when people come in, men or women, when they come in and they're buying a cigar for somebody that they have no clue of what they smoke. That's the tough one.
That's when I go to the food. And I'll ask them about them. I go, "Well, what kind of guys? Is he a big guy? Is he a little guy? Big hands, little hands? Big dude with big hands? I'm not going to give you a little Lancero, even though I think it's a great cigar, you know?"
Yeah. But you don't know what they like.
You don't. So that's where that whole middle of the road.
I take them either to a mile or I'll take them to a Nicaraguan Connecticut because that's going to still give you more of a medium.
I'm gonna tell you what my go-to cigar is in our humidor for anybody.
What's that?
Don't know. It's gonna be that DBL, the Amarillo, the fancy Bellicosa. I'm like, look, you got a little bit of dark wrapper, a little bit of light wrapper.
A little bit of that.
It's got good flavor, a little sweetness. It's medium.
That's a great go-to.
It's a good go-to cigar, you know. And we walk right in the door. I point to it, and then we go talk about some other stuff. You know?
Now my go-to is, I don't know if you've ever had it, the Espinosa Crema.
Oh, that's a great cigar.
Oh my God,
I like that one.
So that's my go-to for someone that, because see, like I said, I do not have an affinity for flavor-infused cigars personally. So I don't, and I worked for a company that we didn't have any.
Right.
So I don't sell them off the rip to a new person. I ask them, do you want something that has, you know, a flavor infusion or a traditional cigar?
Right, same question.
That's one of my questions.
Yep.
So if they say, give me what you smoke, we can't do that.
Right. That's all. I'm a different breed.
If they say they want, if they say they want a traditional cigar, like I say, I'll either do something that's super mild, or I'll do, like I said, that crema, because it's really, it's, you know, it's not gonna hurt anybody as far as too much power. It's gonna be a lot of flavor, and that's one of my favorites.
See, I don't really like going super mild because if there's not enough there, they might not come back. That's why I try to go middle of the road, you know, with them. I try to go something, if it's gonna be mild, it's gonna be something that's gonna, like the Perdomo Champagne, something that's gonna go into the medium range, give you a little bit of, hey, this is what we are smoking cigars for. I'm gonna give you what the experience is, you know?
Typically, that's what I'm saying. I will do like a milder Nicaragua. You know, that's always going to give a little bit more power to it.
What's your best selling cigar?
So that's actually a tough question. Only because if they leave it up to me, my two favorite brands right now going are Espinosa and Tatuaje. They really are.
But I'm talking about by the numbers. You do the ordering, so you know.
I do the ordering.
Yep.
I order a lot of Davidoff. We get a lot of our cigars from an appointed Davidoff retailer.
Okay.
But when it comes to the numbers, it's probably Espinosa.
Espinosa?
I'm not even lying.
Okay.
And you know what happens for all you reps out there that might be watching this? Your face matters. Rami comes there. Everybody loves Rami. But he also comes and he shows his face. And when he's there, I promote his stuff.
So, and I'll tell you how important that is, right? So when Rami worked for one of the previous companies, I didn't like the cigars, all right? But Rami would come in and I would buy the cigars, and we would have an event. And I would tell Rami, I don't particularly care for this or whatever. He says, well, we got this coming, blah, 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 let's try that. And I'd still buy the cigars because I like Rami, because he was a good guy, you know? So I would feel, even if I bought the cigars and gave them to somebody that liked them, it didn't matter, you know? So. Another
Problem that certain reps display when they're in a lounge is if they're having an event, have the event.
Right.
And be present. Don't be over there sitting on your phone. You should be interacting with the customers because that's what that company is paying you for. And when I was in Atlanta, I used to hang out at one particular lounge that's not there anymore. But I'm hanging out in there one time. There was another company's event, and I see my man. He's sitting on the couch. He got his legs out. He on the phone, and I was like, he ain't gonna sell shit.
Right.
And that's a problem with certain reps too. You have to be present.
Right. And you got to know your cigars. I mean, I've had reps come in and they're representing their brand, and I've had them walk into the humidor, and sell another brand. Because they're like, listen, this is what I sell, but this is not what you're looking for. But here's what you're looking for.
Right.
Cool.
When I was a rep, I used to cover New Orleans, and one day, I walk into this store. 2 seconds later, another rep walks into the store, and we walked in on an event from another company, and the guy was sick. He had 104 temperature. You know, he's just. We're in New Orleans in the middle of summer. He's got on a skull cap. He's sick as I don't know what. We actually helped run his event.
Right. Yeah, so that's a part of the community, you know.
Yeah.
So
this is a wonderful community to be a part of. And you know, like I said, that was one of the questions I got asked. What's your favorite part of your job? And it's just meeting people.
Yeah. So. And you got to be a people person to be able to do well in this industry, you know. My wife, I love her, she's an introvert. So she'll come in, we'll introduce her, she'll find people she likes, she'll talk, but she would never just somebody I don't know and just start talking to them, you know. She always, she laughs at me, she'll be like when we were on the plane on that connecting flight, right, the couple that was next to me, I knew where they were from. I knew where they were going. They were going to buy a house. I knew the name of the, development. How do you know all that? That's why I talk to the guy, people. You know?
Yeah, Steph's a good communicator as well. As a matter of fact, she's in the lounge. A lot of times I'll ask her to go help somebody out because she knows her cigars too. You know, it's just, I love it. And just love to be a part of it.
Nice.
And I appreciate you having me.
Hey, Vinny, I was going to say this has been a great experience, something different for the community. I appreciate you reaching out and suggesting that we come together and do this. The timing worked out perfect. You know, and who knows? You might see more from us in the future. You never know.
I can almost guarantee you.
All right.
I want to come back if he'll have me.
Yeah. You're always welcome. You're always welcome.
You know, because we love to smoke cigars. We love to talk about cigars. We ain't gonna talk bad about them on camera.
No.
Sometimes we might talk bad about them amongst ourselves.
Right. Oh, I got another one we need to talk about. We're talking about Star Cigars.
Yeah.
I got another one. But anyway, family, today is another great day. And you know what I tell y'all all the time, family. When you wake up in the morning, you got to tell yourself today is going to be another great day. Why? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie. So you might as well tell it a good damn lie and go on and have yourself a great day. I've been doing that every day for about 18 years now.
Really?
18, 19 years. And I say I started on a day that was probably one of the worst days of my life. Probably one of those days that if I had done the things that I was planning to do as I was riding around with that gas can in my trunk trying to burn down the damn house, I'd probably been in jail for some time,
I probably would have never met you.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, you know what? I said, tomorrow's got to be better than this, right? And I said that, and the next day was better. And I said, okay, tomorrow's going to be a good day. I said, good day. I started out saying good day. I said, nah, it's got to be better than good. It's going to be great. So I said, having another.
You know what, Lee? Another quote from a guy I used to work with. Mm-hmm. Any day on this side of the dirt is a great day.
It's a great day. Vinny, I appreciate you,
My
brother.
man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, family, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.